Hey there, just going to plop down on the floor for a sec and have a look at this Silky saw. This is how it comes from the factory or from the retailer. It comes in this plastic case, awash with Japanese literature about it. There's not really a great deal explained, which is fine because it is an imported saw from Japan. Let's take it out of its packet. Clips there, pulls out. Comes out of its folder. It's got a little stopper there. Pulls out. This is the 240 Gomboy, so 240 millimeters. And this is just the standard blade that seems to come with them, which is your pull stroke, sort of green or dry wood intermediary blade. Quite a long saw, a fair bit longer than the Bahco Laplander. Let's pop that down there, just filling the frame. Let's pop a Laplander down there. So Laplander's got about 15 centimeters shorter, maybe 10 to 15 centimeters shorter on the blade length. About the same length of handle though. So it is definitely filling the handle when you close the saw. Overall fit and finish seems really, really good. I'm going to use it for a while, of course, but it's definitely a very aggressive teeth. That's just catching every time, like just touching it, it feels like pinpricks. Very, very aggressive teeth. How well they'll stay sharp, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure these are made of VG1 steel, I think, the Silky saws. Something similar to that, like a pretty high-end stainless. The price is a little bit higher than the Laplander here. You pay about $70 for this Gomboy. In Australia you'll pay about $40 for a Laplander. The lock here, you can depress it and then set it to cut back a bit. This is good for when you're doing cuts above you, so you don't have to have your arm as far back. You can sort of just go up and down, but also the saw will be working sort of somewhat diagonally. Cool, but of course the standard cut will be just using that. You can adjust the pivot here or take it off completely if you want to change your blade. They do make a few different blade configurations for this. Some for dry wood, some for wet wood, all that sort of thing. When you close it, the only thing that sort of like threw me a little bit was it doesn't have the same click as when you shut the Laplander of the lock engaging. So if you listen to this, it doesn't have that, so it just goes into the handle. Certainly not going to fly out of the handle, but it does kind of pull out. And just a byproduct of it being a fairly slim blade on a and this isn't a folding knife level of lock up on a pivot. It does sort of shake a bit, and so when you put it away, you can sort of duff it into the handle a little bit. So I got no doubt that these handles will probably get a little bit marked up just where the saw enters it. Well, there's the kids, but apart from that, pretty good first impression. Looking forward to getting it amongst some wood. It's a fairly wobbly saw, a bit more so than the Laplander, which has a bit of flex, but there you go. I assure you the kids aren't getting killed, they're just, I think they're playing some sort of screaming game. Alright, I'll go see to that and then we'll get some testing done on this saw. So having used the Silky saw for a little bit now, by no means have I done an extensive test, and this isn't a long-term review or anything like that, it's kind of just more of a first impressions. This seems to be, I wouldn't say it was quicker, but it's easier than any of the other saws I've got. I was slowly sawing in those clips that I've played, and then I'll continue to play through this sort of monologue here. And the reason I was slowly sawing is because when you slowly saw and you're not putting any downward pressure and you're just letting it go into the weight of the saw, isn't that ideal? Yeah, I know you get these videos of people lining up a Silky and a Corona and a Bahco and furiously, hammering away at a log. But in what circumstance do you do that? It's not about, when I go camping, it's I have too much time. Like it's, I don't know, in a survival situation, but this isn't for survival. It's just for taking with you when you might be going somewhere that you need a little bit of trailblazing or wood preparation. and that's a big part of it to me, and I don't mean to speed those things along. So speed in which you can go through an 8-inch limb or something just doesn't mean anything to me. It's how easy it does it and how enjoyable it is to use. And you've got this comfortable rubber grip, this pretty stout lock, which doesn't feel or appear at all frail. And you've got these very, very sharp teeth that, yes, on the pull stroke only, will just cut incredibly easily and make buttery smooth action through the wood. And even if it is important to you, if you do it slow like that, you can get a really nice flat surface on something as well. So that might be good if you're making some sort of project where you needed a flat bottom. So say if you want to saw off some wood flat, you can make little figurines or something if you're sitting by the shop, sitting by the fire, carving up things. So yeah, just a few. It's just different. It's not, not necessarily better or worse than a Lapland or a Sven saw. It's just different. It's just sort of a bit more leisurely to use, which for me really speaks to me because I'm a bit more of a leisurely guy. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little look at the Silky Gomboy 240mm folding saw. Well, I'll see you next video. Bye guys.